Hey, good morning. Good morning, Todd. Good evening, my people. Today is what? The 14th day of January 2026. That is going to be Wednesday, the 14th day of January 2026. And the time right now is 4:30 p.m. right on the dot. Well, about an hour ago or so, yeah, roughly an hour to an hour and a half ago, word started circulating that the United States had paused for an indefinite period the issuance of U.S. immigrant visa. And I want persons to make note of what it is. The U.S. immigrant visa, there's an indefinite pause on that for 75 countries, among which is a number of Caribbean countries. Antigua Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Cuba, Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and the Grenadines. Those are the islands in the Caribbean, this area here. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. And the reason given is that they're saying that applicants from these countries can become a public charge on the United States government. So they are reviewing their screening process, etc., etc. Now, why I'm making this video is that one of my friends called me and said, such and such a person said, I'm gonna call name, that people are saying what they're saying, and this thing is soon going to be affecting the entire Caribbean. And I said to the person, stop right there. And I think it's important for us to take our time, slow down, and understand what's happening. As I said, today's announcement has to do with the indefinite pause put to U.S. indefinite visa. That is, persons from the 75 countries, those in the Caribbean I would have called already, wanting to go to the United States to live permanently, applying to live there permanently. That is what today's announcement is about. The prior actions was, well, I keep hearing they say partial suspension, but we know that there's not going to be no new visa along the different categories that they gave. There's not going to be no issuance of new visa, and there's going to be an issue in relation to renewing those visas that would become renewable, sorry, within the 180 days as was in the proclamation. That is going to be 6 months. That's one. And number two, the other action was the travel bond that was put in place. The travel bond that was put in place um in relation to, again, four Caribbean countries: Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Cuba, and Venezuela. And as I would have just said, the issuance of non-immigrant visa and the non-renewal of non-immigrant visas was the first step taken. No, bear in mind that if persons want to move from Antigua, let me say Antigua because Antigua I come from, and they want to move from Antigua permanently, and America goes through this and says, no, you know what? We don't think that we want to deal with you. That's the problem. To me, that is not as big a problem as the issuance of non-immigrant visa or the renewal or the non-renewal of non-immigrant visas because the categories of visas, non-immigrant visas that are captured here has to do with persons who might have to go to business, persons who might want to go to visit the place, persons who might want to go shop, student visas, etc. So to me, the action taken along that line by the United States for non-immigrant, the issuance of non-immigrant visas and the renewal of same for the next 180 days, 6 months, that to me is a bigger deal than the pause, the indefinite pause of immigrant visas, that is people who want to go and live in the States permanently, speaking specifically to Antigua. So I want for persons to not get caught by the fish that some people will be selling to give the impression that, oh, well, it was going to come to the whole Caribbean. No. Up to now, as I'm speaking to you, the only countries affected by the issuance of new non-immigrant visas, along I think it's 4 categories, is Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Cuba, and Haiti. And in relation to the travel band, only 4 countries, Caribbean countries, caught up in that is Antigua, Barbuda, Dominica, Cuba, and Venezuela. So the other Caribbean countries are out of that. So I just wanted to make that clear and to ask people to be on the lookout for these red herrings that are being drawn across the trail. Nobody can say that the action taken today, that is the indefinite pause of immigrant visas, is of equal magnitude to the non-immigrant visa, where if you have to go, if you might have a healthcare issue that you want to go and look about, you can't do that. Right? Vacation, you can't do that. So don't let nobody fool you with that. Know exactly what's happening. Know exactly what applies where and how it came about. And as I said, how it came about. Remember that the issuance of non-immigrant visa and the non-renewal of non-immigrant visas that came about, the rationale given by the United States was CIP non-residency. I'm not going to get into the fact that Antigua had 5 days residency, blah, 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 because we know that there's I shouldn't say we know. We believe that there's something else going on there in relation to that. And in relation to the travel bond situation, the reason given for that action was visa overstay. Even though, based on something that was circulated, we stand at number 4, and there are many persons behind of us who have a higher overstay rate, but we were singled out. As a matter of fact, I think that was a bond, not bond, a pilot program. That was a pilot program. And here it is, you're taking one of your best performing countries and put them in a pilot program like that. Like say we're all stupid, we don't know something else is going on. So I just want persons not to be fooled by what they're saying. The refusal or the pausing of the immigrant visas is no way as serious as the issuance of the non-immigrant visa and the non-renewal of the non-immigrant visa and the travel bond that applies only to 4 countries. You will subtract 4 from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, right? So 11 from 4, that's going to be 7. There's 7 countries who are not affected, as I'm speaking now, in relation to the issuance of non-immigrant visas and non-renewal of the non-immigrant visas, along with the travel ban program. So don't be fooled by people. Listen to what they're saying good, decipher for yourself, and know when persons are trying to sell you a 6 for a 9, or vice versa, a 9 for a 6. Until we come together again, bless up yourself. Keep good.